centre feeding turtles, cleaning tanks and giving turtles back scratches. And in the afternoon you'll be doing some reef monitoring or beach cleanups on the Great Barrier Reef, and then you have some free time to relax before taking a ferry back to the mainland. Water sports equipment like kayak and paddle boards are also available to volunteers to use during downtime. Galapagos, bit of a trek, but there we go. You can participate in island conservation in the Galapagos, probably one of the most naturally diverse environments in the world. Volunteers are based at San Cristobal Island in the town of Puerto Brasileiro Morero, which I pronounced completely wrong, and participate in a hands-on way with conservation efforts. The Galapagos Islands are renowned as a location for ecotourism, and work for this project includes removing invasive plant species, replacing with indigenous species, participating in beach cleanups and observing and collecting data on various native animals, especially the Galapagos petrel and endangered seabird. And if that wasn't enough, you also get the chance to work in the Galapagos National Park Giant Tortoise Breeding Centre. You can follow me on Twitter at holiday_hut. Rounding up the ecotourism suggestions. If you're in search of a truly unique volunteer opportunity in a fascinating area, you might want to consider working alongside Project Abroad's Himalayan Mountain Conservation Project in Nepal. The project is based in the beautiful mountain range at the Himalayas. Volunteers will be helping out with several conservation efforts that aim to preserve local biodiversity, increase natural resources in the area, and aid in the social development of the nearby town, where you'll be staying in a family-run hostel. This is your chance to be close to the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest, and be part of an important environmental initiative. Just note that this volunteer opportunity involves a lot of walking and a lot of hiking. And finally, despite the fact that elephants are beloved around the world, in some places they are seen as a nuisance and treated as such by locals. One of those places is Sri Lanka, where farmers have been known to injure or kill elephants in an effort to protect their land and crops. This volunteer project helps people to work to save the elephants by helping resolve the human-elephant conflicts in the Wasgamura National Park, again pronounced really, really badly. On a typical day, you might be observing and assessing human-elephant interactions, participate in elephant research, or work with local communities that are teaching about the environmental awareness sustainability. That's a few ideas, badly read out by me, but I've volunteered, as I've mentioned many, many times in the past. Animal Sanctuary in Namibia, best 2 weeks ever. It's 6 years ago now, perhaps, and it still seems like last year. If you have the time to do a volunteer project, do it. They're very, very rewarding. So TripAdvisor has revealed the best time to book hotels for maximum summer savings. And it says here that booking hotels at the right time can save travellers as much as 26% in popular cities worldwide. The research showed that the best times to book vary depending on the region or city where the traveller is looking to visit for summer. And at most destinations, the hotel rates change gradually over time without dramatic increases or decreases in price. For example, the least expensive time to book US hotels is within 3 months of a summer trip, when travellers can save 9% compared to peak pricing. At the city level, Paris is an example where the best time to book is within 2 months of the summer trip, where travellers can save 23% versus the peak rate. Spokesperson said bargain hunters should know that timing is critical when it comes to booking the lowest hotel prices. TripAdvisor data shows that travellers can often find the best price on summer hotels months in advance, with a booking sweet spot typically within 3 months of their trip. By doing their homework and comparing prices on sites such as TripAdvisor, along with using insights from the TripAdvisor report, travellers can discover the best rates on their hotels for the summer. So TripAdvisor analysed hotel pricing data to identify the time periods offering the lowest prices on hotels for summer in 9 popular regions and 30 popular cities around the world within the months of June, July and August. The analysis defined best time to book as periods when the hotel prices were consistently less than the destination average. So here's a breakdown of potential savings when booking hotels in the destinations for summer 2017 compared to the peak rates at summer months. So, book US hotels within 3 months. Travellers researching hotels in the US this summer can be the greatest value at 9% when booking 3 months before their trip. And your average hotel price is at $164 per night during the summer. Within 4 months is the best time to book African hotels. Popping up to Africa, you see 8% on savings on hotels and they book inside of 4 months. And the hotel's average is $176 per night. Hotel in Asia offer the best rates within 3 months of the trip. Travellers going to Asia can save 14% when booking within 3 months of the summer trip. Average $146 per night. Book Caribbean hotels within 4 months. If you're going to the Caribbean, you can save 6% when booking within 4 months in advance. And the average price is $184 per night. Within 3 months is the best time to book hotels in Central America. You will find that you will save 6% if you book within the 3 months. $101 is the average. The sweet spot for European hotels in the summer is between 5 and 9 months in advance. European hotel prices remain fairly constant within 10 months of the summer trip, only deviating a few percent in the average hotel rate. And the average hotel rate is $135 per night. Book Middle East hotels within 2 months, then you'll get 19% savings, $178 per night, that's the average. Hotels in South America offer the best rates within 3 months of the trip, where you can save 15%. And hotels in the South Pacific, with 2 months, you can save 11%. And South Pacific hotels average $150 per night during the summer. How do you find the hotel prices of where you're staying? Do you just look at a price comparison site and go, right, that's the cheapest, I'm having that? Or do you do plenty of planning in advance to see if you can get the best possible deal? If you've got a way of getting really cheap hotels, please do share your tips. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Checking it out before you check in on the John Guinn Travel Show on ukhealthradio.com. How exciting I have a newsflash. Amid ongoing debate about airline overbooking practices and passenger rights, the US Transportation Department has launched a new page on its website for flyers. It's www.transportation.gov/air-consumer/flights-and-rights. It details information about consumer rights relating to tarmac delays, cancellations, fare increases and baggage compensation claims. It also lists minimum requirements that airlines must provide for travellers with disabilities. There's also clear information relating to airlines overbooking best practices and the compensation required for passengers who are involuntarily denied boarding. The page also links to a web form for customers to file any complaints directed within the DOT's Aviation Consumer Protection Division. And the next story is TripAdvisor has reached 500 million reviews. It's crossed the 500 million reviews and opinions milestone, and the travelling, planning and booking website and app now posts 290 pieces of content every minute of every day. The phenomenal growth in user-generated content has been fueled by travellers' desire to pay it forward with insights and advice from millions of other global users. So the important figures and facts. The most reviewed tourist attraction in the world is the Bastilla at the Sangria Familia in Barcelona, with more than 104,000 traveller reviews. The most reviewed hotel in the world is the Luxor in Las Vegas, with more than 28,000 traveller reviews. The most reviewed restaurant in the world is in Lisbon, with more than 25,000 traveller reviews. I can't pronounce it. The most reviewed tourist attraction in the US is Central Park, with more than 92,000 reviews. The most reviewed restaurant in the US is Café du Monde at New Orleans, which has more than 22,000 traveller reviews. Spokesperson said, since launching 17 years ago, TripAdvisor has revolutionised the travel industry by creating an environment where consumers can share their honest opinions of their experiences and where businesses can see the rewards of achieving consistently high standards of service and value from the community. In 2014, Oxford Economics qualified the economic impact and added value generated for the travel industry by consumers using TripAdvisor. The study showed that TripAdvisor reviews and other content not only heavily influence much of the world's travel and activity, but are in fact the cause of some increase in the travel activity. They found that reviews in particular play an important part of increasing travel activity by creating transparency, building trust, growing content depth and breadth, and easing the process of searching and booking. The more content contributed by TripAdvisor users, the better it becomes in helping others to fulfill their dreams in finding their ideal hotel, attraction or restaurant. In equal measure, the more data reviewers contribute to the site, the better it becomes at answering searches with the most relevant list of businesses. What starts with a review results in a cycle that generates leads of one of the most important marketing opportunities for a business that can result in more bookings and increased revenue. Of course, there's always the stories about false reviews, and integrity of reviews and opinions remains high at TripAdvisor, where the company uses cutting-edge technology and investigation methods to ensure consumers continue to find reviews as accurate and helpful in determining the quality of their total trip experience. Over the last several years, multiple studies continue to reflect that the overwhelming majority of travellers find TripAdvisor hotels and restaurant reviews accurate of the actual experience. I have shared a video at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show that describes the process of reviews being added to the site. I did have one review rejected once. It was about the language I used. As far as I was concerned, the language would have been quite at home in the Sun newspaper or the Mirror. It's that sort of punny sort of thing. Bit carry-on type, but for the TripAdvisor, it was a step too far, and I couldn't figure out of any way of saying what I felt without using that jokey postcard humour. So it got rejected. But anyway, if you've ever had a TripAdvisor review rejected, please do let me know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Are you one of the people who still books without checking out the reviews of TripAdvisor? If you're one of these people, please let me know why. Well, we've reached the end of this week's travel show. Plenty of content I've shared with you this week. I hope you stayed with it and I didn't bore you too much with my wonderful monotone voice. As I say at the end of every show, if there's anything you want covered travel-wise, do let me know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Or you can email the station, or you can get hold of me on Twitter at holiday_hut. I've already got at least one guest lined up for next week's show, so it won't all be me, you'd be pleased to hear. Although whether you're going to enjoy the content or not, it depends on how the interview goes. But anyway, I should have somebody else talking next week's show. And I do hope you can join me next time on the Travel Show with John Guinn on ukhealthradio.com, where each week I check out before you check in.